Hey you guys, for those of you playing in the Juicy July game, you're playing with this question this month of what else is possible that I don't think is possible, that if I allowed the possibilities would change my reality with fill in the blank. So for those of you who are playing, this may be a reminder. I did forget for a couple of days, I must admit. And it's interesting because as questions open up space, and they open up energy. And so sometimes when we're not ready for more energy, we'll start down a new path and we'll start opening this space, and some part of our unconscious goes, that's enough. You guys ever had that happen when you were like, I don't know, like getting in shape or just in a sort of an acceleration process, and then all of a sudden you stop doing the thing that actually feels good, that's making a difference, that's making things better. Yeah, happens all the time. So first of all, what we want to do is not judge that. What if that's not wrong? What if that is just an indication that there's something there and that it's time to get present with what's in the way, or what the resistance or what the unconscious programming is. And obviously, until you realize that you sort of stop doing the thing that was working, you can't change it. So it's instead of, and what we generally do once we realize, oh my gosh, I didn't do that, la 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 la, and like I'm leading the program, right? So I'm like, oh my gosh, silly Megan. But what if that's not wrong? What if that's just your awareness showing you where you're stopping yourself so that you can make a different choice? How cool is that? So one of the indications that you are sort of headed for a veer off of your path is that you'll notice yourself doing the process or doing the skill or tool in more of an unconscious rote way. You know, it's like kind of, do you remember being in church and having them just read the prayers, and it's like there's no energy, there's no connection. I was in a Catholic church in Italy, or maybe it was in France, listening to a service in Latin, and it was just like, I was just such a snoozer because there was no connection. There was no energetic connection to the words. It was just this rote thing. And everything comes from energy and presence. And if you're disconnected from the energy of a thing, then it's indicative of your unconscious resistances, your unconscious programming, your points of view that have been keeping you stuck and keeping you from where you want to really be. So what's required? You can change anything you can be present with. If you can't be present with it, you can't change it. So, how present are you with your requests from the universe? If you're in Juicy July, how present have you been with that question? If you're asking the universe for something, if you're in the process of conscious creation, how present are you with the tools you're using to generate for yourself? And instead of making yourself wrong, what if your lack of presence is just an unconsciousness showing itself so that you can bring it conscious, so that you can change it? What if, right? So I'm going to demonstrate, hopefully energetically, a different level of presence than the first time I asked that question. So, ready, set, go. What is possible for me that I don't think is possible for me? That if I allowed the possibilities, would it change my reality with living, creation, and relationships? Whew. And anything in the way of that, I uncreate and destroy it. I've been playing with this over the last few days since I realized that I had sort of gotten off track for myself. And I have noticed several times where I could feel my head turning away from the question. Like I could feel the resistance. I'm like, oh my gosh, what is that? And then that's when I got the awareness of I had gotten to a place asking that question where I had opened up too much space for myself. Okay, cool. Now what else is possible? Now that I know that, I can let my body know that it's safe to create more space. It's safe to feel better. Or maybe I need to clear my fear of having too much energy and being too much space and being too big, right? So anything that's happening in your creative path is really information that can contribute to your transformation. What if none of it's wrong? So, my friends, if you're not playing Juicy July, please pop over there and continue playing with us. If you are playing Juicy July, this is just a little reminder to keep juicing it up. We got about a week and a half left. Let's juice up our July. All right. Happy Thursday. Mwah.